Hey y'all, it's your girl Kymbia G, and it is time to get into the Perfect Marriage Revenge finale. Before I continue, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. So overall, I enjoyed this finale. They brought it on home. I was worried they were going to go off the rails, but no. No. They tied it up in a nice little bow. And I am thankful. They didn't do us like they did with Love Featuring Marriage and Divorce. My guess is because they have the webtoon to refer to, so they were able to stay on track. And by the way, how do you guys feel about this show? How does it measure up to the webtoon? Let me know. I have not finished the webtoon just yet, but when I do, maybe I'll do like a little discussion about that, comparing the two. We'll see. But yeah, this is just gonna be my quick fire reactions to the overall finale, rather than a play-by-play review. So we're just gonna start on over here with the Han family, right? Mama Wench, she's in jail, period. We don't need to do too much more on her. She is where she needs to be. Okay, yes. She has been exposed for her many attempts to unalive yi-joo. Her own baby daddy snitched on her. Like, oh my gosh, right at the police station, he snitched on her. Now, don't get me wrong, I was hoping she would face more of a social blow, because I mean, she embarrassed and humiliated yi-joo at the gallery in episode 1. So I was hoping she would face something like that, being humiliated in front of her social circle, and then also end up in jail. But you know, it's all good. That's totally fine with me. We also find out that she was real extra out here. She kidnapped the famous artist. Like, she seduced him, cozied up to him, used his dementia against him to lock him up in a nursing home, having this man do free labor for her painting, and then selling the paintings for tons of money. And her secretary is actually the artist's son, who was trying to find out what happened to his daddy. That's why he was working for Mama Wench over here and doing her evil biddings. But still, I don't give him a pass for that because of what he did to yi-joo in episode 1. I ain't forget. So no, he is not in my good graces, but you know, good for him finding out what happened to his daddy and being united or whatever. Pick Misha. Like mama, like daughter, okay? The apple does not fall from the tree. She was passing off the baby as brother Teja's baby, but it ain't his baby. It's fiance Turdface's baby. I love how she tried to pull up to the Teja family household like, take care of me while I'm pregnant. Sidebar, why didn't she just go home to her daddy? Like, I understand things aren't perfect, but I mean, after all, he is still her father. Why didn't she just go home to him? I'm guessing it's because she was greedy and wanted to be all up under the Teja family and get some of their money. But grandma and boss mama over here, they weren't having it. They were like, you need to boss up and get a paternity test if you're gonna stay here. Side note, getting a paternity test on an unborn child is not the easiest thing in the world. Anybody would freak out. I could understand if they wanted to wait until the baby arrived to do a test and then kick her out afterwards. But yeah, whatever. She ain't step up to the plate. She went right over to fiance Turdface to wreck his life. And I'm like, yes, that's the man you wanted anyway. No? Right? So you got what you wanted, Pick Misha. Congratulations on your new little family. And Daddy Han, he just skates on by. I don't like that. To me, he's the worst of them all. Like, her bio mom, yi-joo's bio mom, she gets into him a little bit. She's like, how could you not recognize your own biological child was here under your very roof? But to me, that is not the point. How could you invite a child into your home under the guise of safety and stability and then watch them be mistreated for years, right? This is fiction, okay? But some of this happens in real life. You know, sometimes people, you know, become foster parents or adopt children and they mistreat those children. To me, that is like one of the worst offenses ever, right? To treat a child who is not biologically yours differently because you don't share the same DNA. That is awful and horrible to me. It takes a village to raise children. Just be good to the kids. Come on. And shout out to all of the foster parents and adoptive parents out there in the world who really give love. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are heroes. Y'all are amazing. Don't be like them. They're horrible. So I don't know. I felt like he just got off, easy. Like he got to play the, oh, I'm so dumb. I have a lot of money and I'm smart enough to run a company, but I'm so dumb. I let this woman trick me. Why are you so trickable, Daddy Han? Huh? You should have been smarter, watching over your household better. But yi-joo forgives him. I don't. We gonna move on. So we move on to our two main squeezes over here, and they are anxious because that anniversary date on their wrist is steadily approaching and they don't know what to expect, but they decide to let go and let live, and they end up expecting a bundle of joy, which is so exciting, but also a little weird that the two sisters are pregnant at the same time. But it's a K-drama, so we just gonna roll with it. Yeah, their excitement is short-lived because Brother Bear, he is the big bad. Yeah. Mama Wench is out of the way and he's like, oh, it is my turn to act up. Watch me work. All right. Even after he has been exposed for the embezzle shenanigans and financial mismanagement of their company and he gets sent to jail, he outsmarts the police and escapes prison. He's just running around, a free man. How hard could it be to spot a very tall man walking around with a limp? Apparently pretty hard because he has no limp. He has been faking it this entire time. Some years back, he got a surgery on his leg, which made it all better. So he's just been faking the limp because he wanted attention from his family. Now, this is a little critique on the writing here. I feel like they could have been a little bit more pen savvy, or maybe it's not the writing, maybe it's just the way how it was translated. But I feel like he didn't simply want attention from his family. He wanted adoration, right? And I feel like he attached the concept of adoration with his mother. So when his mother was no longer in his life, he felt like the ability to be adored left with her, right? And of course he did not know that his mother abandoned him, so he thought that she was going to be his source of adoration, so he kept searching for it within the new structure of his family. And I don't think it was simply that he wanted attention because from that woman who moved in and then her kids, right? Because he had a good relationship with Donna, the younger sister, the baby of the family. And I think it's because as the baby, she adored her eldest brother, right? She put him on some sort of a pedestal, which is what he truly needed. And yeah, of course, this is fiction, but think about that in the real world, right? There are lots of family dynamics that are similar. Children are not always simply looking for attention. Sometimes they want adoration. They want to know that you notice them, that you have desires for them, and that you prefer them in certain circumstances. So just, I don't know, a little thing to think about. But anyway, let's get on back to the story, okay? So yeah, Brother Bear over here is a bitter Brad. He breaks out of jail and he goes and kidnaps yi-joo. Like, how you going to attack your own sister-in-law? But he wants to hit his brother where it hurts, and he knows to do that he should target the wife. And so he kidnaps her, and CEO Zaddy, who is now the CEO of the Teja Group Corporation, as he should be, he turns into Batman and he races off to go and rescue his wife, okay? Thankfully, he does intercept them on the highway, but he and his brother get into a tussle, and his brother actually has a weapon and carves him up. Oh my goodness, a mess. CEO Zaddy is able to overpower his brother, but he suffers really severe injuries. And of course, that white truck, right? We expecting the police to show up. It's the white truck that shows up, almost running them over. I feel like K-drama writers are like, it's like an inside joke at this point. They're like, how can we add in or make a cameo by the white truck in the most ridiculous way. But anyway, after the white truck gets out of the way, the police finally arrive. They rush him to the hospital, and we are left in limbo wondering, like, will he make it, will he not? Thankfully he does. Yay! Do-gook heals from his injuries and they all live happily ever after. Well, not everybody. Mama Evil and Brother Bear over here, they're in jail. And Pygmisha, she's in jail too. What she describes at the end, raising the small baby at Beyonce Turdface's house that's small, that's her describing the boundaries of her jail cell in a way. So the three of them, they in jail like they need to be. Okay, and our two main squeezes and everybody else, they are living it up and so happy, and they have a baby who's just so adorable. So yes, I loved this show. It had a bit of everything: the drama, the pizzazz, the love, the mystery, and so I was into it, and it wasn't too long or too short, and they wrapped up the ending very nicely. So yes, thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.